If I'm reading time, I'll read it left to right because that's how I read. If I was raised to read up down, then I would probably do it that way. This is what we've got in the center is the Fool. This is huge. The momentum that we want coming soon. It's surrounded by momentum here and mixed agendas here. So the Fool is saying, trust the universe, take the leap of faith. Mixed agendas here. Be clear about what it is you want. Don't let somebody hijack your agenda. Don't be in compete and compare and, well, woulda, coulda, shoulda. No, that's a comparison game too. Don't get lost in that shit. Get balanced in order to move forward. And then here we're having, this is so sweet, the precious friends. And this is what they did instead of the lovers. The precious friends. I'll show that one. And then here we have the Eight of Cups. So it's a choice to move forward and leave something unsatisfying behind when you have the Eight of Cups. Show them this. You're leaving something unsatisfying behind, right? You're making choices. You're being very balanced about what this is. This is a lot of major. And this is the Lover's card. So, so sweet. The precious friend. The heart's desire. The choice of what we really, really love and want to go towards. What's calling us has been calling us for a while. Now it's time to take the leap of faith. Not compare, not compete, not to see how we measure up to who we thought we should have been or how far we thought we should have come. No, but just to go towards what it is we really love. That's what's coming through, and it's coming through very much. You're not going to have something, if you have 5 jars of vinegar up here, but you're looking like you want some honey, you got to have the honey. You got to have the sweet. This is something that we're learning. We're learning to recognize what is the sweet to our heart and what isn't. What is it that we love? What is it we consider precious in the gentle way to move forward and move towards? And to trust that the universe will bring it to us. This is big. Anything else? An undercurrent we might not recognize. Okay. An undercurrent we might not recognize. The High Priestess. The mystery is within the mystery. Just being here, allowing the journey to be and letting things unfold is important. Sometimes we want the answers, and what we need to do is just be present. The gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. Just be present. Really, really fully ourselves in this moment. That's what's coming through with this right now. That's what I got. That's gorgeous. Super gentle, super gorgeous. That's what I got on that. And this is the Winnie the Pooh deck. The Tarot of Pooh. So sweet and beautiful, and yeah, it's fabulous. So that's what I got on there.
Good deal, Ange.
Yeah. Yeah, and the cards just feel like butter. They are so smooth and so great feeling. So yeah. All right. This one's going back in its box, and I don't generally keep all the boxes. So it's going back in the box. And it has a few extras in here. I think we pulled this out and we did a read for Steph a little bit back, and she got a card called Bravery, and it was so sweet. So yeah, I would recommend getting this if you can get your hands on it. Okay.
Took a while to get here. But
Forever.
It took a long
while.
time.
Some decks are like that.
And
Some
it was
of
only
the
coming
indie
from
decks.
California, and it took a long time.
If they sent it book rate, it could have taken,
Yeah.
5
They
natural
sent
years.
it the cheapest way possible. And Lily Rose said, thank you, Angie.
You're welcome, honey.
Okay, we have Krista.
Okay.
Krista would like a blind and a pinch.
Blind and a pinch for Krista. We're going to the Medicine Woman deck. And this one. I don't know if this is the Shaman Animal deck or what, but we're going to those. We're going to these first, and then we'll see the pinch. We're going to these first. Medicine Woman deck is brand new in the collection. Got it yesterday. Inked the edges yesterday. This one, the Animal Shaman-y one, I've had it for a while, but it only pops out periodically. Okay, all right. I'm getting something about check your pulse, check your pulse, check your pulse. What's quickening your pulse? You need to pay attention to this. Medicine Woman wants you to check this out. We've got Sisterhood, we've got Gratitude, and the Path of Beauty. This is huge for you. Sisterhood is huge, huge for you. You have lots of sisters from other misters that would surround you with love that is really, really big. You bring forward the divine principle, big, big, big. The gratitude doesn't surprise me. We talked about this the other day with you. You embody this concept all the time. So gratitude is not, I'm telling you to be grateful. You just are. And you teach it really, really well. We talked about that. And then the Path of Beauty. The Path of Beauty, there's a song, and it's called I Walk in Beauty, and it talks about beauty being before you, above you, around you, below you, behind you, everywhere. And this is what happens when you appreciate life and appreciate just where you're at. Everything has beauty to it. My friend Laura will say, it's all good. And she genuinely means it. Everything is working for your good. It's all good. It's good. It's good. And this is something that you know. Now, what are we looking for in the animal deck for you?
Wow, yeah, it is.
Yeah, like we talked about this just the other day. And this was majorly highlighted. But you bring forward so much of the divine principle of gratitude in the feminine way. Love it. You bring forth the divine feminine by demonstrating this frequently. It's not that you don't ever get frustrated or your undies in a bunch. You're human too. You get to allow yourself that. But you do a really good job on this. All right, this one wants to come. Porcupine. Okay, this is where I'm talking. You need to allow yourself the moments where your undies get in a bunch because they are short-lived. They might like, you're a little prickly, cranky, a little defensive, and then you're on with it. You're not holding a grudge. You're not holding anger overly long. But when you need to defend, you need to defend, and pay attention to this. It says you may defend yourself honorably without hurting those close to you. Look at this cute porcupine. So this is going to give you a little bit of an inclination when you're feeling a little bit prickly. Then you need to check and see, is there a boundary? Is there something deeper going on for a boundary that you need to pay attention to? And it's not going to be a major correction for you. It's just the way you would figure out the undies are in a bunch and fix the wedgie. That's what it is. So that's what you do.
That's very much a calling card.
Yeah. Let's see what else is going on. Outside here. Outside here. We got the ravens coming through for you. Now, we've talked about the ravens before. And in this deck, it's saying, listen to your intuition, receive the message from the world of spirit. And I'm telling you, look for the blackbird. Yeah. The blackbird song, blackbird singing in the dead of night, you have to be quiet and the world has to be still. Listen in the evening. Listen in the quiet time of the night. This is huge for you. Scarab beetle is coming through next. Scarab beetle is saying, what is unregarded or discarded holds a secret and a seed of creation. Listen at the night when the world gets quiet, when everything has been handled, whether it's, the spouse, the kids, the to-do list, the work list, all the errands have been run. When it's quiet and it's still of night, take advantage of that. Some of us are wired that like at 10 at night, all of a sudden the world gets quiet and our brain is like, got 1,000 different ideas and we're trying to go to bed. Don't condemn yourself for that. Utilize that time wisely how you can. Utilize that and let a little bit of that creative genius that comes when the world is quiet come through. Listen more. Let the quiet be there. It's not that it's listening in the meditative way, but the ideas that flash through, it'd be wise to have a pad and paper by the bed so you can just write those down. It'd be wise to get out under the night sky. It'd be wise to listen to when you're hearing birds around you. And it could just be birds migrating, but just pay attention. It's the universe getting your attention in the gentle way. Okay, and then these. Again, we've got another owl here. We've got a whale here. Through music, you reclaim life's magic, grow strong in body and soul. This is absolutely true for you, and this is different sounds. Whoa, different sounds than are normally created. This is a different language, so to speak, a different way of tuning and tapping in. When you're hearing the birds coo, when you're hearing the trees whispering to each other, when you're seeing the stars twinkling, and you can get whatever it is that's trying to come through when you slow it down. You're going to get it. It's like your antenna is big, is vast, bigger than what you think. Yeah, like it's giving me the moose antler reference. It's big. The wingspan of your antenna is big. Owl here. Seek out deeper knowledge to see through deception, to know what is important, to find your discernment. And the owl looks around practically 360, right? He looks around the whole situation. This is where you put puzzle pieces together in a better way. And it partly is to do with the gratitude. Partly is to do with the way you walk the beauty path so beautifully. You easily walk that path. This is for you to fine tune. It's like you can pick up a radio signal easily, but can you pick it up from far, far away? It's like you have satellite radio capacity within your spiritual receptors. I don't know how to explain that. Like Sirius XM has all these radio channels. Or like, when we used to have TV and you had like 4 basic channels and now we have cable and all these channels. You can open up many, many channels. So discern what it is you want to dial in. Okay, that's what I've got. That's complete. Yeah, which gift do you want to focus on? And just focus on it.
She said, crows and ravens, I am drawn to them.
Yeah.
And owls were hooting last night.
Usually there's something that will come through and it's like, okay, all right. These are the cards for you. It's just your discernment. What do you want to focus on and dial into? Because you could dial into about anything, really. All right. That's what I got for you. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful.
That makes so much dang sense.
Yeah. Good. Good, good, good. Glad it does. All right.
Ooh, okay, Ange. Okay, I think Sandra might pay for a read. We shall
Okay.
see. But other than that, our list is clear. If you'd like
Okay.
to get on the list.
If you want to get on the list, it's Venmo, Cash App, and PayPal. Paid list
Oh.
is open.
And I'm sorry, Krista needs a pinch.
Oh,
Don't. That was on me.
that's right. Okay, let's see what the pinch is going to do. I can't wait for the new charms to come in. Okay, for the pinch. What do we got going on in the pinch? Getting something going this way. What are we getting here? The river and the flow is clogged, clogged, clogged. You want to go faster than you have the key to do. Again, you're getting a flower bloom where you're planted and you're feeling very stationary, very stuck. You don't feel like a creeping vine that's going all over and taking over the garden. You don't feel like zucchini. You feel like the potted plant and you want to feel like zucchini. You want to roam and ramble a little bit more. This is like when you get the roots big enough in a potted plant, it'll break through the pot anyway. So allow yourself to grow, but you're feeling a little bit of blockage. Don't try and force it. Try and flow. This is like flow, flow, flow. Understand that the things that you're already taking on in your spiritual growth, in your growth across the board, whether it's financial or with family or with relationships, you're already understanding many of these keys in what you're doing right now. You got the key and the horse coming through, and they came in together, and this one came up bucking. So when a horse is ticked, when a horse needs to have a little bit more space, a little bit more room, you might need a little bit more space. You are very much one that has a compassionate heart and serve, serve, serve. And you need to let some of that go. You need to create and mark out a little bit more of your own territory, more of your own terrain, more time for yourself. This is what's coming through. And it will free up the flow. Now what's flipped over here is the Alice. And I don't know if you can see this one. Hopefully you can. It's the Alice in Wonderland card. And we're going to go to the Alice and Luna decks here. See what wants to come. Because this one is through the looking glass. This is where the lesson comes through and it does it a little bit differently.
She said, I hate stagnancy.
Yeah, this is the thing. It's hard when you are wired to go, 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 to slow down and be still. And you'll feel stagnant when you aren't stagnant. It's a lesson in patience. All right. What is the message from Alice from Through the Looking Glass? I want to see it more deliberately than this. It's like she's looking down at this again. Page of Pentacles. This is something you've studied long and you've done really good at. And in this one, it shows the person that's got the rabbit ears on that brings forth the cake. It's like she's presenting this and taking it to the tea party, right? There's something that you're working on, your talent and your gift. You need to work on it, invest in it, spend the time to get the ingredients into it. Spend your time developing it. This person has made the cake by themselves before they bring it to the tea party, right? Before you bring the offering forward, you need to have it a little bit protected, a little bit guarded, not on offer just immediately out of the shot. You need some of it just reserved for yourself. Will you show her that? That's what that's about. Coming in next, we got the anchor and we got the planet. Yeah. And this one is the gold. It's like, I don't know if you can see it very well. I'm going to try and get it so you can. Maybe you can show it. I don't know if you can show it. It's gold. It's like the solar. It's the I am chakra, right? You need to be very anchored in the things that you are and allowing yourself to be more and new to yourself and very much accepting of that for yourself before you declare it or put it out there for other people.
It's super tiny.
It is super tiny. Yeah, but it's just the gold planet. You need to be your own system. And this is what it is. You need the space, like the bucking horse. This is what's coming through. Anything else you need to know? No, look again, look again, look again. Yeah, go gently a little bit on yourself. Adele's Go Easy on Me song is coming through. And it's about the choices that we make in our youth before we even have much experience in life. And how we learn to go a little bit gentler on ourselves and recognizing this. There's something about that. You can study that a little bit more. You'll know what I'm talking about. You'll know when you need to journal on that. You'll probably be journaling on that topic within the next week. It would serve you well. It's just going to let you let go of a little bit of residue. Clear something. That makes sense. Yes, that's complete.
Woo.
Yeah, that's complete. Sometimes I get the whoa Nelly, and I'm getting the whoa Nelly, so yeah. So I know this is a very public forum, but okay. It's like sometimes whoa Nelly means okay. I've said enough. Okay.
She said, wowza. That completely makes sense.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sure. The feeling is, if we were here, we would go into it deeper, you and I, and we'd chat about it, and it'd be cool. But we're on TikTok land, so whoa Nelly's whoa Nelly.
All right, Sandra, I have not seen anything yet, but just give me your question.
Yeah, give us the question. We'll
give
go
me your
with
question, Sandra, and we will
Sandra
get to
is
it.
a regular, and she loves me. And I love you, Sandra,
Krista
so
put
we'll read for you.
Totally fair.
Yeah, yeah.
All right, when we see Sandra's question, I
Okay,
will give it to you,
get a little
Ange.
bit of water. Perfect, perfect. And the voice is doing pretty good, but the cough drops are handy, and I'm going to keep those going, just in case I need that. All right.
All right, just making sure.
Sandra.
And Krista did say thank you so much.
You're welcome, honey. I'm trying to find Sandra's deck. Ooh. We're in Saucer
I
Beetle
haven't
for
seen
Sandra.
yet, so
Is she here?
I gotta make sure. Sandra, are you here?
Let us know if you're in the house.
I do not see Sandra on the list, so maybe she had to punch out.
Maybe she did.
I don't know which.
Do you want to go back? Sandra, are you here, honey?
Okay. What the cards need for her to know for the year?
Okay, for Sandra.
Yes.
Okay, you got it. You got it, sweetie. We're going to the Saucer Beetle deck for you. Now, I don't know if we've done this deck for you in the past. We've done it recently, but I don't think it was for you. But the Saucer Beetle is really good. It's kind of one of those modern art ones. It's super good. That's why I have 3 of them. But okay, for Sandra. And we're going to go to the borderless first, then we'll go into the green, then we'll go into the gold. Okay. What does Sandra need to know for the year ahead, correct?
Yes.
Strap in, brace. Oh. Yeah, yeah. Strap in, brace. This is like you're getting into a roller coaster. It's going to be an adventurous year. Strap in, brace. Okay. 7 of Cups and 8 of Wands. Well, no wonder. Choices, choices, choices. Many things to do. Procrastinating, spoiled for choice. Kind of like, what do I do? What do I do? Things lining up so quick you don't know how to handle it. Like boom, 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 boom. Coming in really strong. Okay. Let's see what's going on around the year. We're starting off in May. I know we're almost to the end of April and not there yet, but we'll start off in May. May, June. Strap in. Hold on. May, June. Okay. We got the 4 of Pentacles for May coming up. Strap in. Hold on tight. Literally holding tight. Protect yourself. Holding tight. Guard your pennies. Don't give things too freely. Don't build on something that's fuckery. May, June. Strap in. Yeah. Okay. All right. Okay. Got it. She's got it. All right. Can we move forward? This is not to freak you out, but you're going to want, like, this next 2 months, busy. Busy, busy. Choices and decisions have to be made. And you can't spend forever agonizing on, have you made the right choice? Blah, blah, blah. Get out of your head. July, August, September, October, November, December, January, February, March, and April. Okay, now let's see what we got going on here. We got it here. Ooh. July, the Lover's card. What a whirlwind. Holy moly. Tower gets blown to shit. And then there is a whirlwind. You've been kicking up dust, stirring up things in quite the way, summoning, conjuring, drawing towards you new people, new events, new places, new things. The Lovers, making choices about what you want far more clearly than you have in the past. I love this for you. Love, love, love this for you. What else is going on with those choices? It's not just about careers and it's not just about people. It's about from the place that you're making the choice from. Page of Swords is opposition of this in January. This is coming through. You've seen and witnessed what it is you don't want, and you're clear about it. This page is almost to become a knight. This page gets a graduation here in February. It's coming through. Some of this energy is already in the knight format, already in the queen format, already in the king format, already coming through. The page is when you're seeing it through fresh eyes a little bit and recognizing your perspective has shifted on this. What else in July? Ace of Pentacles. New money, new work, new creation, new reward. Yeah, you're seeing it through fresh eyes now. The choices that you're making and the way things have been playing out, maybe you didn't understand it before, and maybe understanding is the booby prize. Maybe understanding just doesn't even relevant anymore. You're moving forward, moving on, and it's taking you to where you need to go. You're getting keys to a different kingdom than you thought of. You're getting different lessons than you thought of. We've got June, July, August, different lessons, different keys, and access to different people with different priorities. And this is huge for you. And it's such a great reward. It's so fucking overdue. I can't even express how overdue it feels. It's overdue. It's like, you know, when somebody's due, they're like due to have the baby and they're past their due date, past the due date, and the baby doesn't come until 2 weeks later. It feels like that. It feels like overdue, overdue, overdue. And this new access that's coming in, promotion, job, new friends, new keys to the kingdom, new VIP pass. Yeah, this is what's coming in August. September, we're getting the High Priestess coming through. Anything the High Priestess wants to share with us today? Let's take a look. Wow. Wow, there's a little bit of reserve coming in with this one. You can see in the imagery here. There's a little bit of reserve. She is going to be quiet. You're going to observe. You're going to bite your tongue a little bit more in certain situations, not because you are stifling your throat chakra, but just because you're not going to waste your energy on fools. Yeah, 7 of Cups. Now look at this. You're going to have choices, decisions to make. You have this here. This is part of the theme. And not procrastination. But you'll hold back, you'll reserve, you'll go to your own inner wisdom, and then you'll move forward. You're going to have choices coming up again there in September. Coming in big, big, big. Anything else in September? No, we're going to October. So this is looking like, yes, okay. We're talking about September 20th, roughly here. That's as good as I can get the energy now. Now, if September 19th something great happens, then I'm off by a day. I could be off by a lot. But that's what I'm getting as a little bit of a timestamp coming through. So you're going to have to make some new choices. It's like you're going to have to line up these 8 wands again. You're going to have to do it again. 10 of Cups, so much happy coming in October, you can hardly stand it. I'm getting the smell of cinnamon. Why am I getting this? I'm getting the smell of cinnamon and ciders, apple ciders. Yeah, I would get some Palo Santo around you right now, and I would also get anything that's cinnamon and cider in the fall is going to be really good. It's very, very sweet. Very, very sweet. And that fire is a big circle here. There's a big circle. New people. Big circle. The circle has gotten bigger, wider, and it's expansion. A greater appreciation for not just the past that has gotten to where you are, but the new people that have entered into the field also. The new friendships that are being made. The new relationships that are coming. The new way of seeing things. King of Wands coming in and Wheel of Fortune. Wow. This is coming in as somebody burying their soul. Now, there's another deck that has the Magician like this, and I can't remember which one it is. It seems like it might be a Julia Jeffries that has the bare chest and the tattoo, what's written on it. This is for Wheel of Fortune, Fate stepping in, bringing in the King of Wands energy. Sometimes when the court cards come through, they can represent an aspect of ourself, which would be the leadership aspect, where people are following, where this one knows how to lead in a very right way. Sometimes it can represent someone else coming in. The masculine, divine masculine, and taking the strong lead. This is what's coming in. Now, this one isn't always great with the close relationships. They're inspiring, but not great at the close relationships. The way to get great at the close relationships is bearing the soul and being vulnerable at a time when fate helps you feel like you can share it over like the intimate of a campfire, the close knit. And I'm not talking intimate in the physical sense. I'm talking about in the real sense, the raw, authentic, real you. Asking the real questions and being vulnerable sense. This is what's coming in October. It's big. November, the moon. November's moon is showing you grieving the past and how long you carried pain when you didn't need to. Sometimes we carry lessons and we get attached to our lessons, and it's hard for us to let go of pain. It's hard to let go of people who've hurt us or cost us more time, and to just move past it is tricky. And it feels like you get to do this. It feels like you get to grieve a loss of a kind, and where there's been deception in holding on to this for so long, and there will be clarity, a new sense of perspective coming in. That's what's coming in November. All the steps that got you to November were not wrong steps. They're not mistakes. The lessons that are the difficult lessons we still had to have. The choices that we make and the errors of youth because we don't know better are not mistakes that we're just like fucking up here, there, and everywhere and not becoming who we're meant to be. We are always who we're meant to be. And we're always spectacular. We're doing so much better than we realize, but in human school and earth school, we tend to be really tough on ourselves. And it's like you're letting some of that go. You're letting some of that go. Again, that Adele song is popping in. This might be a lesson for many of us coming through, but it feels like this. You've learned errors of youth are not necessary failures of character. Okay. December, 9 of Wands. Attaching something new to heal the burden. This is usually the resilient warrior that's just before the burden, and you're healing it. You're setting something down in order to heal. If somebody were to set a broken bone, it would look something like this. We show that card. And it feels like you're resetting something, resetting the boundaries, resetting a structure in order to allow healing to happen in December. January, that page is coming through hot. She's got all this Night Queen King energy coming forward. What you've seen, what you've observed, and ready to go forward. Ready to go forward. 3 times, thrice you've gotten the lesson. 3 times you've seen it. There's 3 eyes on her. Thrice you've seen the lesson. 3 times you've cleared this, and it feels like this is the season here that it really becomes clear. 3rd time's a charm. 3rd time's a charm. I wondered if we would see this. 3rd time's a charm. There might be somebody that is actually the male energy, the masculine energy, the masculine counterpart. 2 of Cups coming in. That's what it feels like. It might be that there's a new relationship on board for you in January, and 3rd time's a charm is coming through, and that's what's coming through. So you'll know better than I. This is based on the energy of today. That doesn't mean you have to like go by this. It doesn't override your choice, your ability to choose or to discern or to let go. That's for you to do. Death. This is February. Death and transformation. This is definitely letting go of some of this. And really the healing has begun. This kind of energy has begun. This is like when you see old people and they've locked their pinkies and they're just walking along. They're out on a walk. They're doing whatever it is that they're doing together. But there's this friendship energy that is there. There is this loyalty and reliability energy that's there. And there's inside jokes, inside information, inside connection. Connection that's real but sweet and simple. Coming through strongly. Coming through here, coming through here. The transformation is beautiful. You have to let your younger delusional self die to let your more grown-ass, mature, and independent, fierce self come through. Caterpillar has to let go of being a caterpillar. All right. That's February. March. To thine own self be true, and you are coming out of the cocoon in March. This is big. Death and transformation. You're going to get the lessons of what you're letting go of, the way you prioritize somebody else's opinion, somebody else's importance. It just is different now. It just looks radically different. And this judgment of yourself, this judgment of the situation and what it looked like before, to thine own self be true, answer the higher call, and let go of some of the petty, even if you were right, even if you've been wronged by the asshole. It doesn't do you any good to let this asshole block your path and get you riled up anymore. Let him be on his side of the planet or whatever that is. You don't have to be invested energetically or emotionally in this person anymore. You just don't have to. And it's like, psh, the space has finally gotten bigger. The canyon ever widening. What song is that from? The canyon has widened. Yeah, the canyon has widened. The betrayal that was there was the betrayal that was real. It was painful. It felt real. You felt it here. You're going to get reminded of it. But the canyon between that, your emotional attachment to that is going. It feels like you have it now. This feels like actually this April, not next April. I want to see next April. I dealt it out as though it would come the next April. It feels like this is lingering here. You're letting it go. What else is going to happen next April? Clarify. Ha ha! Love it, love it, love it, love it. The moon is over here. What's opposing in this energy? The sun and the Ace of Cups. Huge amount of enlightenment. Huge amount of happiest card in the deck. Everything is growing, 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 abundant and clear next April. Why? Because you have a new way of offering love. A new way of overflowing love. And less room for assholes with fuckwittery influencing your path anymore. You're just not energetically connected to this anymore. You're moved through it, moved beyond it. And it just like... you don't think of it often. It doesn't phase you as much. It's like, doesn't have as much of your energy tethered to it. That's what I've got. That's complete. Holy smokes. Gorgeous. Gorgeous, gorgeous. Yeah. Choose to move forward. Choose to move forward. Choose to move forward. kick the rubble out of the way, choose to move forward. It just gets better and better and better and better. That's what I've got. And this is the Saucer Beto Tarot, and I love it. Even though it's modern art, even though it's a little different than what you might expect. Yeah. All right.
Woo!
Yeah. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
And Sandra said, thank you so much.
You're welcome. You are so welcome. Yeah, that was awesome. And that image of the bone, is that still here? Let's see if I can get that one. That was a great one in December. And just if you know, the bones are mending, the bones are mending. Come on, damn it. I'm going to have to go through all of these to get this. Literally, come on. There we go. That one. Keep this image locked in your mind because it takes a little while for bones to repair. For things that were broken to be reinforced and strengthened, yeah, it takes a little bit for that to repair. It doesn't mean that it's not going to be stronger. It just takes a little time, and that's what it feels like has gone on. The resiliency is still there. Okay.
All right, real quick.
Yes.
The difference between a bone, a crystal ball, and the specialty reads.
The bones, I go in here and I spread them over this cloth that I like to do, and I'll throw different cards with those for the bones reading. And how the bones fall will indicate certain things. The colors on the bones indicate certain things, whatever. That is just a tool, just like any of these are just tools. The crystal ball, I'll break out my crystal ball, look in there. Usually have a few cards to each side of it, look in and see what goes in. See where we see. I don't know where I'm going to land. The bones might indicate a message just by the way they fall. The crystal ball, who knows what's going to happen. I don't know if I'm going to get past life, shades of something that you've been through, shades of what I see coming. I don't know what I'll see when I see in there. Let's just go in, clear, and whatever starts popping through is what I'm seeing. When I do past lives are fascinating. I have certain cards over here that I use for past lives, and they'll sometimes indicate where you or other people in your life were. Sometimes it will be about what you did, your occupation, your story. Sometimes it's about family. Sometimes it's about old wounds. I don't know what's going to come through. There's certain cards that I tend to prefer for that too. So those are all specialty reads, and sometimes they take a little bit of time, like 10 to 15 minutes. Like sometimes it'll slow the show and numbers will drop off because they're like, yeah. But it's fascinating. You never know what's going to come through on those. They're just wild. Who knows? But that's what they are. Does that help?
Yep. It was T who was asking.
Yeah.
He just wanted to know, like, kind of what the difference between a full read and a specialty read. And
yeah, the specialty reads and the past lives will sometimes intrude in other reads. I've had them intrude in blind oracle reads. I've had things that are references to past lives, and you'll see me go like this. If you see me going like this, then it's me like going back in time. Usually that's what's going through, or some of the ancestors will be coming through. If I'm reading, and my guides are always here when I'm reading. They're always here doing their things. And if they want to interrupt me, they'll interrupt me. And there's usually 4 of them that are here with me. Phil's sometimes here with me, but my guides are always with me. And so if the guides have a message, or if they need to correct me and say, hey, what's coming through, then
Kim put hourglass reads too.
Hourglass reads very much like the crystal ball. Very much. Yes.
And as T, right now we have a read for Gloria. That is a blind read. That takes about 15 minutes, 10 minutes, maybe a little shorter. Maybe yeah. So if you would go on right now, if you would pay for a read now, your read would be within 10 to 15 minutes from this point.
But we're recording today. We always record the show and upload it to the tube. So say that you're on your lunch break and you have to step out. That's okay. It'll be recorded and uploaded on the A5C Butterfly Tarot on YouTube.
All right. And just in case you haven't seen Angie's collection,
this is the oracles over here. Yeah.
All the
These
cards.
are all the oracles and all over here. So we're doing for Gloria.
And then along the back.
Yeah, they're there too.
And then you can see up here is the crystal, or the hourglass, sorry. The crystal ball is right there. And more cards. So this section right here, we estimated there's at least, 400 cards there?
There's
400 decks. 300,
yeah. Because each of these little trays is 10. So 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60 in this. 60 in there, and there's probably 70 or 80 on my desk here.
So around
typically
700 decks right there.
So roughly. All right, we're going to Gloria's. Now this is a blind oracle. This is what's coming through, and the one that came through to pick up first is this mermaid deck, which is beautiful. And this, when we see mermaids, I get shades of Lemuria, shades of Atlantis, shades of Avalon coming through. Whenever the mermaids are calling, mythical or not, whether you believe in them or believe in angels or whatever,
And this is Gloria's read,
This
right?
is Gloria's blind reading. We'll see what they have to say. They're coming through with ancestry coming in. This is coming through with a bay. A very strong bay. There's a connection to a certain space of water. And the one that I would reference, it's not this one. It feels like it's over in England, and I haven't been to the beaches of England enough. But it's similar to what would be Haystack Rock near Oregon. That's what the look of it is. It's very similar to this. Now, it could be around England. It could be around Ireland. It feels like it's not Oregon. It feels like it's way over across the pond. But that's what's coming through. The bay is coming through. This is where you dwelled, where you stayed for quite some time. Return of Aphrodite, telepathy, and sisterhood. Give me a second. I want this one back in just a second. Okay, much is coming through on this. Give me that back. I want you to show her this one. Much is coming through on this. This feels like a very, very deep connection. The sisterhood is coming through, and I'm also getting something very, very, the imagery is almost twin-like in there. It doesn't feel like you have a twin in this life, or that you even had a twin in the other life, but you were so similar, you were as close as twins. You know, when you're a little kid and you have your kindergarten friend and you're just the besties and you pretty much think you're twins, whether you are or not. It's that much of a soul connection coming through. Return of Aphrodite, the beauty of what was going on. This is young. Very sweet energy. It's like maybe 5, 6, 7 years old. This connection between these two girls, and it is another girl that is like the sister to you. Strong connection. Definitely mirrored, complementary, mirror understanding of each other, knowing of what each other is thinking and creating all the time together. Friendship, allies, compatible souls, loyalty, joy, and delight. This is showing me the reference from the past. I don't know if this person has come through in this one. It's wanting me to be there on that beach. What I'm seeing is these two little girls going, collecting, like digging through the dirt, creating the sandcastles, doing the shell collecting, all of those things, and just giggling, very, very happy. What happened? It feels like there's a loss suffered. I don't know what that's about. No? Okay. It doesn't feel like a drowning. It doesn't feel like a death. It feels like a separation of the two best friends. It feels like the separation of the two that felt like twin sisters. It feels like a separation. It feels like parental separation. Not that the parents divorced, but that you moved. You literally moved, and it feels like an ache. This is what's going on here. How is that relevant to now? Is there something we need to know regarding now? Now we've got the Whispers. This is Josephine Wall. Whispers of Nature deck. I think this is the name of this one. Josephine Wall art. Gorgeous. Yeah. It's why you need the fairyland, the fairy cake, the fairy places. So connected with the mermaids. She's not here with you in this life. But again, it's echoing through a certain kind of magic, a certain kind of connection. This is saying you're limitless, you can do anything. This is wanting to encourage. Her timeline was just a little bit different than yours. So just because we have somebody in one past life doesn't mean they always come through in every lifetime that we experience. Her timeline is just a little bit different than yours. She wouldn't come through as a peer or as the same age. Now, you are limitless, you can do anything on this, but look at those swans. Again, that energy of the pairing is coming through. Choose love, you always have a choice, make yours a choice. Where is she at? I feel like there's 40 years out of time, 40 years out of sequence, and I can't figure out which way on the scale that she is. If you look at this, it's 40 years out of time. I think she's 40 years ahead of you in time. You may not actually have known her when she was here. You may not actually get to know her when she's in this form here, but there is energy and there's connection. Very interesting. There's a reflective energy here. Honesty is essential. Speak with love and truth. You know this one. If you see this and you see these twins things or these very, very similar imagery, the not twin flames, but twin sister type energy, the ones that are connected, the ones that are older, but maybe not super, super older, you'll know it. You'll recognize it. Take it for what it is. It's not quite as distant as grandmother energy, but it is a wise sister. There's strong soul connection in that for you. Take this. You'll see it reflected. You'll see it reflected. Yeah, yeah, Marilla. You see it reflected. Marilla from Anne of Green Gables is coming through. Marilla and Anne wouldn't have naturally lined up in the story. She gets adopted by Marilla and Marilla's brother, and they're very, very modern, and Anne is raised by Marilla and her brother, right? Marilla is very, very fierce and strong and independent in her own right. And they are very much similar spirits, whether they realize it or not. So they aren't the besties like Anne and Diana or whatever the hell her name was. They aren't the besties in the same peer, in the same generation. They are more like besties like Anne and Marilla. Yeah. Okay. All right. Mo is over there laughing. Mo is one of my guides, and she's just laughing. She's like, yeah. She's liking this. She's not even giving me a post-it. She usually gives me a post-it. No. She's just laughing. She's like, yeah, nailed it with Marilla. Don't know what that's about. But yeah, not everybody knows the Anne of Green Gables reference. But yeah. Okay. All right. Thank you. She's like laughing at me. Like Avonlea and Victoria, Prince Edward Island, blah, blah, blah. I was trying to tell you I didn't know where this was. Look for the geography of that. You'll see it. You'll see it. You'll see it. Okay. All right. I'm cracking myself up. Thanks. Sometimes I'm a little slow on the uptake. I was like, yeah, okay, all right, got it. Okay, the 7 star sisters. Look at the Pleiades, the birthing creations, tapestry of life and expressions. Again, we've got sisters in the stars, sisters here. All this reference of the sister energy, the divine feminine that comes through and supports each other. Huge. Forge, don't follow. Pave a new path. Be the leader you wish you had. Anne had to do it differently. Marilla had to do it differently than what was the cookie cutter prototype for her. This is what you're doing. Anything else on this? Stars are really important. It is like you're having to set your sights a little bit differently and navigate a little bit differently. It's not so much that you have to because you can't do other things. It's because you're wired to view things differently. Star bathing. Light body, crystal grid, transmission, and activation. Just show her this card. Just show her this. Like, take a snapshot on your phone of this. This is something that you can do. If you get yourself in the place and space, yeah, traveling the astral is something that people would call this. This is what you can do. And you'll understand. And yeah, the 7 sisters will be there. And particularly the one that was the twin. The void, you need to get your mind clear before you want to do this. And then to jump in. You did. So did she. Give me a second. This is coming through as if it was a soul diving into their body for Earth school. That's what that's coming in. I don't even know what it says below that. That's what it's coming in. Like you took the moment, you seized the opportunity to dive into this timeline where you're at now, intentionally. And it was like, do I want to? Yeah, you're going for it. Boom. And you did. So don't doubt that if you landed in the wrong family or if you landed in the wrong place or the wrong space and time or you don't understand all this, you dove in. You're here for purpose. The purpose is just expanding and growing and being you and letting yourself enjoy and uncover and explore. And remember, there's a reclaiming going on in this particular lifetime for you that is huge. It's why you're so surrounded by this. Yeah. Don't underestimate the beauty that is in you, and the beauty that you are is something that you frequently underestimate. The Aphrodite card is calling through again. And this is like you underestimate the beauty of your situation, of who you are and how you come across. Don't underestimate it again. If you knew how beautiful you actually are, you'd probably shock yourself. There's somebody that said once, if I only had known I was beautiful all along. It's like when you look back at pictures of your youth and you think about how maybe insecure you were as a teenager or early on, and you're like, if I only knew that was great. No, just start seeing yourself with more and more beauty and with more and more this understanding of who you are, and you're perfectly set in this moment.
She put my contract, my purpose.
Exactly. You are on purpose. Your contract is being fulfilled. You don't have to strive and do or try and figure it out. Just be. And just be glorious and allow it to emanate. That's what I've got. That's complete. That's gorgeous. Wow. Yeah, you dove into this. Head first. Boom, let's go. Yeah. Wow. That's a lot. That's a lot of snippets of specific details. Sometimes they don't come through that specific, but that's what's come through. That's what I got for you. Holy smokes. I gotta be a little wary of these sometimes. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, you'll know the reference.
But beautiful read. Hugs, 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 Angie.
Oh, thank you. Thank you, thank you. Yeah, oh my goodness. Goodness, goodness, goodness. Gorgeous.
Krista put, that was an honor to hold space for.
Oh, well, thank you, thank you. Yeah, that was beautiful. Holy cow. And, yeah, okay. Something that comes through with Marilla is the very functional nature of the belt in the way she dressed doesn't take away from her femininity. The wide belt and the functional and practicality of that character as portrayed, old school version of Avonlea, old school version of Marilla, not the Anne with an E, the ones before. Marilla's belt is coming through. I don't know what that's about. You might know later, but it's representing practicality and function and the worthiness of that and the beauty in that.
So kind of like a past life there almost.
I don't know. That's how it goes sometimes. That's called a blind read.
Yeah.
Blind.
That was cool.
Yeah. Wow. Okay.
Okie doke. Next up we have Carol Ann. Carol Ann
Okay.
would like a year ahead.
Carol Ann, you're ahead.
Tamara, you're on deck.
Carol Ann, we're going to the Calendara for you. Calendara is beautiful. It's kind of new in my collection. This is the Unfolding Path, and I think maybe I've done that one for you before. This one is gorgeous. Calendara. Carol Ann, year ahead. What are we seeing for Carol Ann? Okay. All right. Okay. We're getting the Six of Cups in the center of this. This is friendship, equal offerings, rose-colored glasses, trade the favorite rock for the favorite candy bar. And what I'm getting is a rake, like a garden rake. There's something about this. I got that before I laid the cards down. It's something about the work and raking the dirt, raking through the soil, bringing something up from the past, that it's when you turn over the dirt with the rake, that it's actually good soil to plant new things in. Something about this. Be aware of that. Heads up. I don't know what that means to you, but that's what's coming through. And there's victory in it. So whatever this is, it's not the rose-colored glasses and overly idealistic. You can let go of that. You don't need that sermon. You've probably heard that already. You don't need that one. What you need is the light-hearted friendshipness and to take something up that brings you joy, brings you victory. Okay, let's see what's going on with this. Do you want to show those?
You go.
I might as well take advantage of his hands being close to the camera. Okay. We're going to start in April for you. We are starting in the rest of this April, and then we'll go in and clarify a little bit more. Start in April for you. This was this way. This was this way. April. Wow. Wow. Okay. Hello. May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December, January. All of that fill out in a packet. It doesn't usually do that. Yes, that's how that is meant to go. February and March, which is which? February and March. Then we return to April. Wow, you've already entered the temperance zone. Not the temperate, the temperance. Now, recently in this year, I've been talking about how a lot of people have had their tower moment. Globally, we're going through the tower moment. I even saw another reader reference that a lot of us have seen this tower moment where we built up, and it needs brought down. It needs knocked down. The old structures are knocked down in order that something new is created that's better. And then the temperance, finding the formula, finding the balanced way and transmuting things. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. What you've got in April is strength and temperance. That is strong, 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 strong. Not in the force, but in the inevitability of something. There is a way that you are following the nudge and balancing and recalibrating things that is huge for you. That's going on through the end of April, and you're seeing, sorry honey, I keep dropping those. You're seeing the recalibrations go on in and around you, not just in the landscape of what's going on globally, politically, in your country, all that shit, but also in family and friends. You're seeing recalibrations. You're aware of the subtle energies and the shifts, the softening of some people that have been abrasive, aggressive before, and the somebody else that's been perhaps overly soft setting a firmer boundary. This is what's coming in. You're aware of the recalibration of what's going on, and you're just observing. You're aware of your own internal work, and you're observing it in other ways. Because your awareness of this is internal to yourself, you're aware of it, and you might encourage somebody taking what used to be liability and making it a strength, making it an asset. You're very aware of that, very encouraging of that right now. May, 9 of Cups. It's as you wish. Princess Bride, as you wish, yes. What you want to manifest and call forward is as you wish. You are getting a very, very good year coming in. The 6 of Cups is here. The victory is here. The wish fulfilled here. This is opening up something huge for you. Things, and this is also, yes, be careful what you've wished for, but you've wished for so many good things for you and for others. You've grown into something new. And it feels like many around you are experiencing the tower or just the end of the tower. They aren't quite into the temperance as deep as you or as much in time as you have been in the temperance. You're learning this transmuting, alchemy, modulating, and they're still figuring it out. They're like somewhere between tower and temperance, between space. 8 of Wands coming in June. This is when things are speeding up through the summer. Let's take a look through this. These are the purple edge, so we go for the pink for clarification. Travel is coming in. Now, usually this is leaving the rough waters for the smooth. You already left the rough waters, but there is travel. There's crossing over, leaving one land, going to another. I don't even know that it's leaving one continent, like on the globe for another, but it does feel like travel, going outside of what your traditional is. Yeah, going from something that might be the traditional way that you would do it and going to something non-traditional. This is very interesting. And it, yeah. A mirrored retreat is what it feels like. You might go on a soul retreat that's a good for yourself kind of retreat. Excuse me. A good for yourself kind of retreat. Maybe this will be you and a couple of friends going on retreat, doing something a little bit different for this vacation, for this travel. Leaving that old outgrown version of yourself behind with some friends and going on retreat. Very interesting. It'd be worthy of investigation, worthy of doing. If you could set it up to do it in the next couple months. We've got June, July, August. Yeah, it's right in here. King of Cups is coming here. There's a little bit of detachment. This one also is like riding out that rough water, but doing it in a way that is very, very moderate, very calm, very contained. Even sometimes he's mistaken for being aloof or too detached when he's not. He's just not letting emotions get the better of him, and you know how to do that. You know how to navigate quite well now. The landscape is a little different for you now, Carolyn. Very much different. You've gotten more of your power back than you realize. You really have completed a lesson in quite an unusual way. It's like it snuck up on you. You didn't even know you were like revisiting some of this lesson. And then it's like, yeah, I remember when I used to, oh yeah, okay. And you've grown. It hasn't been as painful for you as some people make their lessons. You haven't made it overly complicated. You've just outgrown something and you've moved forward. And the retreat is going to help and add layers and add layers. It is like a layering. Yeah. Very beautiful energy coming through here. Now, September, what's going on? We've got the Page of Wands exploring and the 4 of Cups. There will be one that wants to stay stuck in moody broody. This one's offering the cup, and it feels like you're offering the cup to somebody, and they aren't ready to let go. So you're going to have to walk your path and let them just take their time with their curriculum. We have spiritual curriculum in life, and we aren't always on the same pace as other people. This one needs time to be in the moody broody, just a little bit more. Whether this person is family, friend, partner, doesn't matter. They still need the time to process. This is what's going on. They have to process. You're there offering. When you see they aren't ready, don't stand there holding the cup forever and a day and waste your time. Move past it, and when they're ready to revisit this, they'll revisit it. When you're ready to revisit this, you'll revisit, they'll be ready to receive. You need to go exploring a little bit more. Excitement, adventuring. Adventuring comes in many forms. It's not just always questing and geography. It's taking on a new aspect of self that we have not denied, but ignored feels about right. Ignored, not necessarily left behind, not necessarily neglected, but just kind of forgotten.
This is so spot on. At one point, I didn't think I was going to survive the tower, and I did rebuild.
Yeah, you're right here in the strength and temperance energy. That's gorgeous for you. It's really gorgeous. Now you're exploring different aspects or different talents of yourself. This is coming in here. I want some clarification on here. September. It's almost like it's more than taking a class. It's a different aspect of yourself that maybe you would have underestimated, and you're revisiting it in a new way, in a different way, in a way that you didn't know. You were meant to express yourself, share and explore this in such a way that is beautiful for you. You may have touched on this a little bit here and there in early childhood. You may have touched on it a little bit here and there in the teen years and even in the early 20s. But it feels like you're ready to explore it in a different way. But it's a gift, it's a talent, and needs explored. Queen of Cups. It's to do with your spiritual growth here. This is huge. The most spiritual of the queens. She reflects on the past and then dreams something new and goes towards it. She's the most psychic of the queens. Most compassionate. Yeah. A lot of tender here. A lot of tender. Really exploring and looking at something new here. You're looking at how you create, and what I'm getting is how you put, I'm getting composite, how you put things together, how you arrange things. It makes a bigger picture when it's all together, how you bring things together. The composite is, the whole is bigger than any one piece or part. How you would weave it if you put it in knitting or yarn terms, which I love knitting and yarn. It's how you weave the threads together, how you bring it together. Yeah, that's what's going on there in September. October, the Emperor. You're setting up a new kingdom, new terms, and this is the new rules. You're playing by all new rules now. You're going to something different, and you are definitely the leader. This is protect and provide for the realm, but this is put the kingdom and yourself as not just king, but emperor, as ruler. It has to be on your terms. And it's not that you're being so rigid. It's just you know what the structure is that needs to serve you, and you're ready to do so. That's October, November. November, Two of Swords coming through. Now, sometimes we see a Two of Swords blindfolded, other times not. Her back is against the emotions. She needs to look at the thoughts that are equal thoughts. They aren't exactly the same. She's comparing and she needs to make a choice, and she's putting off the choice. There's something that needs to be felt. The weight of each sword, the weight of each option needs to be felt before the decision is made. The blindfold needs taken off, and you can't hold them forever. The emotion will have to come and bring some guidance in November. There's going to be a change made, and it's going to be, it feels like a big change. It may not be as big as a move or a move of house or a move of work, but it feels sizable. A change. The structure has been restructured. If the kingdom has expanded, you need to restructure how you do. If the kingdom needs defended, you need to restructure how you do. Either way, you need to choose what it is that's the priority of time, of knowledge, of thought, and how you want to do it. And this is what that choice is about. What else is going on? You need more cooperative energy around you. There will be people that are less involved, but there's a benefactor coming through here. The Page of Swords is in December. This is between the two and the page. This is a new way of doing, new way of thinking, and there's benefactor. You're going to have invited something different in that helps make a more practical contribution to your life. They're giving to you. You need to be ready to receive. It's not just Christmas gifts of reception. It's reception because you're setting up the terms differently. Here you've done it in October. As you're receiving guests and visitors and different people and different energies, different things that you are learning and acquiring, knowledge you're taking in, and ways you're creating and doing differently with whatever you're composing. This is what's coming in. And this is harmony coming in. This is the Three of Coins. Harmonics come in with that. That's really, really beautiful. There's beautiful offerings coming forward. Page of Swords has known, witnessed, seen, and observed, wants to be the knight, sometimes has the problem with communication. It feels like you've overcome that. It feels like you've gotten rid of some of the squawk and static that surrounded you, and you've got clarity coming through with that. January, Eight of Pentacles, the work continues. What you've harmonized here is coming through. Again, composition. What's coming in, the elements that you need to have working together in the way that really is good, but you're bringing in 3, not 4. It means you're not including everyone and their damn dog doesn't get to play. You're going to be selective and choosy in a good way that serves you, what is best for you. And you're doing it over and over and over in a way that something becomes second nature. The way of choosing becomes second nature to you in a strong, strong way. You get to be master here. You move from apprentice or intern to master. February, King of Coins coming in here. Show me the money, I'll back your play. What is this project? It feels like you're doing an undertaking. I'm getting the metaphor of somebody directing a musical, somebody directing a play, somebody directing something, bringing it together. You would be the one that's directing it. Yeah, you are seeing the elements. You're seeing who needs cast in this role, who has the musical chops to sing the blah, blah, blah song. If you were casting Cinderella for a school play, you would know who had the vocals. You would know who didn't. You would know who to cast in the next little few sections, few months of your world. This is what it feels like you're doing. This is backing it. This is somebody coming in to support, has equal amount of vision as you do, but you are the one that has the lead. It is your vision. You are the emperor. And this one is the king. They will support you, but they don't exceed you. This is the rank. King, emperor's on top. Controls many kingdoms, right? You're the emperor. This one is associate, friend, support. Support system. Show me the plan, I'll back your play. Yeah, that's what I'm getting. 8 of Cups. Yeah. Leaving something that is behind that doesn't serve. Now, ooh, here he comes. Mr. Moody Broody. I don't know if this is one of your kids, one of your friends. The pouty pants reappears here. Understands a little bit more. Has left something behind. This feels like somebody leaving a vice or leaving a bad habit, perhaps a toxic situation, a toxic habit behind. Somebody leaving something behind. They're growing the fuck up. They're ready to walk away from what doesn't serve. Wow. Yeah. This feels like somebody around you that is stepping up finally. Stepping up. So if you were to offer the cup to them, they would know and they would walk away. This is interesting coming in February and March. This is a big lesson in love. And it does feel almost like a parent-kid type of thing. And the kid is finally growing up, growing wiser, understanding why the parent has been saying, hey, you need to knock that off. Hey, those are bummer friends. Hey, when are you going to get accountable, get responsible? Are you ready to take this on? It feels like that. It feels like the kid is growing up. I don't know who that is, why that's coming through that way, but that's what's coming through. All right. So we've got January, February, March. 7 of Cups. Choices, choices, choices. Now this is where you've got to get your head out of the clouds and get very, very grounded and demonstrate for this person that is ready to receive the cup, demonstrate how to get grounded. This is when procrastination can get the better of you or over-idealistic thinking can get the better of you. It's like the window shopper card. Will you show her this? It's when you stand outside the window and you don't go in and actually buy the product because you're deliberating and deliberating and you're not making choices. I could do this, or I could do this, or I could do this, or I could do this. I could do this, or I could do this, or I could do this, or I could do this. Do this, I could do that. I could do this, I could do this. Come on, let's get with it. Make a choice, right? Yeah. It's not like any one of them is a bad choice. You just got to make a choice. The procrastination has to stop with you, and you have to model this behavior for someone else. This is March, April. Coming back to this period here with the temperance and the strength. It's been shown, it's been moved through. The world opening up many choices isn't a bad thing. It's not meant to punish you and keep you on a loop of procrastination. It's meant so you can choose which part of your soul, which part of your gifting, which part of your talents, which part of your energy you want to explore. The Hierophant. As soon as you choose it, you get access to it. That's what's coming through. The promotion comes through, the keys to the kingdom, the wisdom, the lesson. As soon as you choose it, you get access to it. The VIP pass. That's what I got. That's complete. That is gorgeous. Gorgeous. I love it for you. And yeah, lavender and periwinkle blue all through this in huge, huge amount. Huge amount. It's going up from the straight up turquoise, up through the purple and almost into the pink. It's lavender blue. You should get whatever is the lavender. And I'm not talking amethyst. I'm talking lavender bluish type of color. It should be somewhere in something nearby so you can keep this as a reminder. Yeah. This lavender blue energy. It really, really is good. Yeah, that's complete. Think lilacs at Mother's Day. That kind of energy and that kind of smell is around here near Mother's Day. And it's heady and it's strong and it's gorgeous and it's sweet. And it's transporting in that. Yeah, yeah. That's what I got for you. That's complete. Yeah. Don't know what that's about, but yeah. Lavender and lilacs are good for you. The scent of lavender is a good thing for you. It helps you engage a little bit differently. Like if you got lavender essential oil, it would be helpful to you to just get you centered, clear, and ready to go. All right.
All right.
Love that for you. That's great. That's fabulous. Wonderful.
All right. Wow.
Okay.
Caroline said, thank you, Angie. Definitely an evolution for the better.
Yes, absolutely. And you're welcome. Things are just progressing and unfolding as they should. And probably for your part, you're feeling like, well, it was a long time coming, damn it. Yeah, but it's rightly timed. It's rightly timed. So just let it go with ease. You've got that temperance thing all going on.
Okay. We have Tamara,
Okay.
Krista, and Teralyn.
Okay.
All right. Tamara is up next for
Okay.
also a year ahead.
Okay, Tamara, we are in this one. And this is called the Galactic Star. It's got a little bit of aliens going on through it. And I don't know why we're here, but we are. Big time for you. Galactic Star. And I only have 2 of these. It's a fun one, though. It's really fun. You get 2 coming through here. What is this going on? Oh. Okay. You're getting the Queen of Swords at the center. You're cutting the shit. You're learning what to do that is fair, that is truth, that keeps you in integrity, keeps others in check, so to speak, not in a bad way and in a domineering way, but you're not putting up with bullshit and suffering fools anymore. You're not putting up with nonsense. You're not wasting your time. You're just like done. It's not that you have to be mad or pissy. You're just done. You're not going to deal with idiots anymore. The rewards that you reap, this is generational breakthrough coming through. This is something where, yeah, sometimes you get the black sheep, the scapegoat, the one that does differently, and they're here to heal the curses of the generations before, and there's much reward in doing it. You're doing this. When you heal in that way, when you have generational breakthrough, it's not just transformative for you, but for the ancestors that have gone before. They're giving momentum to creating this breakthrough. This feels like yes. It's something you've started now, but it's already coming through. It's coming through. We're getting July, August. It'll be interesting to see what cards come through here. There is energy that's behind this that's helping push you forward. Huge way. High Priestess coming through. This is you just tapping into it. I talk about the High Priestess year, which lasts a year and a half. But once you crack that open, it's like the initiation year is a year and a half. And you go up against the shadow and blah, blah, blah. And then it'll come in at different times. It's not like you got to live your life and do your things and, go on vacation, be a human, be a person. Not every moment of your day is full with spirituality and, heady thoughts. But it's coming in more aggressively than it has before. Previous chapters of your life. It's coming in very heady. All right. Now let's see what else is going on. I'm going to get the second deck. Starting in April for you. Yeah, you've cracked something open. Something different. April, May, June. Wow. July, August, September, October, November, December. Wow, this comes in nice and easy. Nice and easy. I'm getting Tina Turner. Sometimes we have to do it nice and rough, and sometimes we have to do it nice and easy. And the nice and rough is already over. It's coming in easy. Yeah, you're going to have a groove going on. Rolling on the river, yeah. Proud Mary. Yeah, a lot of pride coming in here. Yeah, a lot of Tina energy right here. Don't know what that's about, but that's come through. Wow. It's like she's looking at you and winking. That's really wild. That's what's coming through. January, February, and March. Okay, let's see what we got here. And then if we need to go and clarify, we'll clarify with this other deck again. All right. So April. The rest of April that we're in now. There's not very much of it, but it's 9 of Cups. You've gotten something that you've wanted for a long time. It's to do with this cracking, this code, cracking open something. Almost like Wheel of Fortune will come in and it's like dialing 3 numbers on a safe. You've dialed that 3rd number on the safe and opened something up. It's fated to be open to you now. 9 of Cups, it's opening to you now. 4 of Wands, synchronistic timing in May. This is where you're walking through something, walking through a threshold, dancing through the beginnings of a structure that's put up, whether it's a pavilion or whatever. It's the 1111, the synchronicity, weddings, graduations, births. Ready to dance right through it. Dance right through into this High Priestess experience. This is spiritual growth that part of your soul has been aching for you to arrive at this time. And you were here. It is here. It is here. Huge. Yeah, you can show her these. Show her this particularly. This is huge. June's coming up. Okay. All right. In June, we've got this wannabe astronaut, wannabe galactic from childhood coming up. This is this energy of this pretend, this make-believe, this playful energy wants to be returning to you. 4 of Coins energy. Hold tight to some of this. Hold tight to some of this make-believe, imagination, friendship energy, playful, lightheartedness energy. Hold tight to it. You're going to need it. 6 of Wands. There's a victory coming. There's something that you have to go back, revisit. Yes? Okay. All right. This is saying get the crayons. You don't need the 64 pack. You need like 8 simple crayons and a color book. You need to get in touch with putting the color on the page in a way that pleases you. Start with something simple. Start with something small. Get yourself the crayons. Break out the crayons. Make it that simple. Go back to the beginning. Back to the very, very basic. You're going to be learning it differently. It's going to look different to you than it did then. If you were 5 and your favorite color was red, all of a sudden you might be on team blue. Who knows? If you were on team blue, maybe your favorite color is now green. Whatever this is. Yes, okay. Yes, okay. This was coming up for me yesterday and I can share it. When I was really young, probably about 9, I loved seafoam green and I loved reading the colors on the crayons. Loved reading those. I loved turquoise and I loved pink. And there's something about these colors that you have at that age that are in the crayons, that are the things you love. And what was coming through to me, and this was coming through just recently for me, I was in what was our family's playroom and it had like this crazy deep shag carpet that was red and orange and hideous. And it was the playroom and all the toys and the dolls were there. And I was having such delight. And I remember looking very clearly at the seafoam green, mint green type of color, right? This was what was coming through. This is what's coming through. You need to go back to the basics of that time, of where those crayons were, and look at them again and remember what it is you want to take from that. Remember who were your heroes and your sheroes and the big icons. Remember the things you loved and how easy you could get into the mode of play before you took things too serious again. This is what's going on. And it will help you be victorious. There's ancestors in this one that are trying to lead you through. And it's the King and Queen of Wands that they have illustrated there, looking over, helping you. There's a protected time for this going forward. The breakthrough that's coming through here. There's ancestors looking over, trying to help push this breakthrough. And not denying the accountability for their role and the hardship that they have created and some of the harder lessons and aspects that are obstacles and challenges for their descendants to have to overcome. Okay? Notwithstanding that, they're trying to help push this forward for you now. This is June, July. Sword of truth here, big time. Big time clarity on this. Big time. True to the bone. Clear as a bell. A big, big bell ringing. Yeah, you're going to feel things like gongs or clunks. If you think of something, whether it clunks or whether somebody's striking a gong, it couldn't be that clear. It reverberates. When something is clear, it feels like it expands and reverberates through you and through the energy around you. Okay, we've got June, July, August here, a little bit different. We've got the 8 of Coins, working at something new, starting to acquire the new skill. Again, help from the other side, trying to help you. And then the 5 of Coins. You're trying to separate and overcome something that is, what I'm getting is a poor tradition. Now, this card can be a card of disease, poverty, and lack. But sometimes the tradition itself is the poor tradition and needs walked away from. Usually this is shown with people walking away from outside of the church. It's been like they've been misjudged or judged harshly. You're not the poor little match girl. You're not lacking. You're not enough. You are enough. You're walking away from poor tradition, poor decisions, and people that would issue this message that you're not enough because you don't want to play their game. People that would issue this message that you're not enough because you're not honoring the family tradition and doing the cookie cutter thing. They can suck it. They can really suck it. This is something that you are walking away from, a poor tradition, and you have the support of the ancestors coming through to help move you through this time. Gorgeous, gorgeous energy there. That's what's happening in August. You're choosing a different path. And we saw it here in the 10 of Cups. It came through, it came through, it came through. Some of the choices that are legacy choices that you move forward towards, you wouldn't know that generations back somebody else was breaking through something else. It's like when glass ceilings are broken in one level and then you stand on the shoulders of somebody else to move forward. It's happened before, it's happened throughout history, and it's happening again in you. Okay, that's August, September. Knight of Wands, look at you charging forward. Now there's strong connection to dragons here. Strong connection to dragon. Why is that? because something that has been frozen in time, frozen and cold in time, needs to heat in a passionate, ambitious way in order to break free. Like if you see a dragon egg hatching, right? If you think Game of Thrones, those petrified eggs that she had, they were like stone. They had gotten so cold and so poor tradition, so petrified, so hardened. But when she like sits in the fire and the dragons hatch, right? It's because of her passion, her belief, something like that. And there is a connection to dragons and star dragons. I don't know what it's about for you. Yeah, I would be very aware of that. I'd be very aware of that, very aware of colors of flame, of citrine, of the orangey red color. Yeah, this is important for you. Yeah, I don't know what that is, but it's trying to burst through. Yeah, take some time to find yourself, not the red that's like here, more like the orangey red that's on here. A candle of this color. Make this sacred flame for you to have the time and the space to get your intentions clear on the passion that you want to manifest, on the thing that you want to bring forward. And I'm not talking romantic passion. I am talking passion that's in the bones, the things that you, one of the things that you are here to do. We don't just have a singular purpose on the planet. We're here to be, to explore, to expand. This is what you're wanting to do. The fire needs tended. Okay. That's September, October. 10 of Cups. Love this. Love it, love it, love it. 10 of Cups. Now, this is gorgeous energy. I want to make sure I have the right one. We're going to clarify. What is it that's happy on the home front for you that you're creating in your energy now? In this month. Not now as in April. Now as in October. In October. What are you doing that makes it so satisfying and so content? Because you are charging towards something. You're going to choose a new career path. I'm sorry to tell you that what you think you're doing now isn't exactly quite dialed in as much as you think. It's coming, it's coming, it's coming. It's right here in November. You're going to know how to decipher it. Like if somebody decides they want to go to med school and they want to choose one field and then they choose something different, or they choose something different entirely. This is what's going on. Yeah, yeah. The independent woman that's sitting pretty and spoiled luxury-wise. She is sitting pretty. She has what she needs in her garden. She knows she has her needs met. She knows she can meet her own needs. She knows she has the strength and the power to figure it out. So even if you gave her a patch of dirt in Arizona, she would find a way to create a garden that would thrive. That's her gift, and that's your gift. Even if you have the patch of dirt in Arizona, you are the one sitting pretty in the garden, and it's because of the way you do things. And this is what's happening in your spiritual learning in October and November. Huge. December. King of Coins. Wow. This is very interesting. This is coming through, and often when we go back generations, we get somebody that is a grandmother coming through. This is coming through as a grandfather. And I don't know which side of your family it's on, but this is coming through as grandfather energy. It's referencing me over here. Okay, all right. And it's referencing me here. Show her this. Show her the King of Coins. This is the one that's very, very supportive. It's the one that's in this card here is illustrated as the lion. And in this one has a connection with the dragon energy too. This is the one that is very, very proactive. It's King of Coins coming in as businessman, not necessarily just entrepreneur, which has a fiery, passionate idea, but as businessman. This is somebody that's understanding the value of something. This is the one that had this lesson before. Built themselves from nothing is what I'm getting. Learned how they needed to proceed from nothing. They didn't do what their family wanted either. So say they come from a farm family, then they go into the medical profession. The family's probably like, what the heck? You're thinking high above your station, aren't you? But this is what this person needed to do. It feels like that kind of analogy. And it feels like that's what you're being called to do. You're not going into farm, even if your whole family is farm. You're going into something a little more esoteric, a little bit different. And yeah, it's breakthrough time. And yeah, you will have that help. That's December. New year, leaving the rough waters behind. This is gorgeous. Again, ferryman here. This is the same one as the king here. Same one, helping push you forward, helping you get to the smooth water. Whatever this change is, the curriculum change, the career change that you're choosing, that you feel happening October, November. You've made this change and transition by January. This is interesting. This is leaving the harsh waters, leaving the very, very difficult situation, difficult relationships. And sometimes that could be like a kid moving from, okay, maybe they're raised in Arizona, like they're raised in Arizona, they go halfway across the country. I know many people where kids are from here, but where mom and dad raised them is too stifling, too contained, too confined. So they go exploring and create their own life elsewhere. Maybe 1,000 miles away, maybe just a different state, but it's further than they've been before. To do and set and create their own environment in the way they need to have their garden to be. Okay, this is huge. Yeah, the January decision. And you aren't alone in this in any way. Sometimes we see the person alone in the boat. Sometimes we see the ferryman there. Sometimes we see two people. The main thing you need to know is the wisdom that you're taking with you is important. The lessons you've learned is important. There, it feels like somebody in your family will definitely get this, understand you, understand what's going on with you. And it feels like this ancestor is trying to help move this forward for you. It could be a sibling totally gets this. It could be a friend that's like a sibling totally gets this, totally understands this. Very, very supportive energy coming through here. That's January. Let's see what's going on. February. 3 of coins. Yeah. High harmonics. Look how different this is. Arizona desert reference here. Egypt here. I mean, it's that radical of a change. That different of a change for you. It's something that is so satisfying to you. And it's something where you're exploring, you're unearthing, you're uncovering. Excavating is the word. Digging deep within your soul, excavating some of these lessons, excavating something from the ancestors, from the galactics, from the star beings that is inherited, that is meant for your breakthrough, meant for your good, meant for you to rediscover, reclaim, re-unearth. Remember, not just remember, but re-and-member, re-put together, re-and-member. Rejoin something from a different time. Something wants to come through, present itself to you. Very big gift of expression coming through. Very big gift of expression. The cool waters, the calm waters, the very, very clear. You know, when you see the tropical waters, whether it's Hawaii or the Italian type of seawater that you can see clear through. It's that clear. That's what's happening in February. This isn't a time for romance. This is a time for excavation of your heart. So in February, this isn't going to be Valentine's like yippity, yippity, yippity. No, you're like going to be in love with yourself in such a beautiful, strong, wonderful way. You're going to be exploring in a great way and reconnecting. Sometimes students will take a gap year because they aren't going to do the college path that doesn't serve them. They take a gap year and they get connected with themselves in a bigger way. This is what this feels like. February. Anything else? No, just look at this. Look at, we show her the color of those blue stones. For you, I would get not turquoise. I would get like blue topaz. If you can get your hands on something that is that color. And that stone may be a very expensive stone. You might not need to have that stone, but that color. Yeah, that's what's coming through. Yeah, very, very interesting. There's something cool, blue, and magical in that. Very, very, very. Yeah, it amplifies things for you, for the high priestess energy coming through. It comes through here. It comes through here. Yes. Okay. All right. We're going to March. Justice, the karmic lesson, becoming clear. Opening the pantheon for you. Ha! Becomes very clear. Look at, you're following your true north. It's what I've been talking about. It's what you're doing here. Your hopes and dreams. You're understanding how things are. You're understanding your place in the constellation. You're understanding your place in the galaxy. It's beautiful, 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 and it's karmic. It's something that is coming into balance, and you are understanding it in March. It's clear as clear can be. It's huge. This is big, big, big. Anything else she needs to know in April? It's mostly March that's coming through. February, March is a month for you. I'll read the April card because I traditionally do. We'll see if there's anything else you need to know, but it's already opening. 4 of Cups. Don't distract yourself. Be mindful of being overly involved in screen time, overly involved in distractions. We have the 4 of Cups. The universe is trying to offer her something from spirit, but she's distracted by electronics, distracted by what's going on. Usually you see the powder, somebody sitting moody broody, and the universe or the divine hand is trying to reach out and offer something. You need more stillness and more quiet to understand and to open this up a little bit more. And that's what you are learning to do all throughout, and you'll learn it again next year. So sometimes you need to take it to low tech. So rather than typing up your journaling, anything that you're journaling should be handwritten for you. And if you start doing that process, even though it's tedious, if you start doing it in the handwritten form and keep to it, you'll have a lot more open, a lot more connection to your soul, to your spirit, to your guides, all of it. That's what I've got. Complete. Gorgeous. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. Yeah. Yeah. Love it for you. Love it. And this is called the Galactic Star Tarot. And it is gorgeous. And it's one that I instantly had to get two of it. I mean, it was good. It was good. The way they show it, the way it's illustrated is different. It comes across different and it's like whew, accessible. Yeah. Water for me. The face that he's like, whoa, okay then, Missy.
She said, oh my, thank you so much. I love it. And you.
Oh, thank you. And you're so, so welcome. So welcome.
So Emily's here. She wanted to know if you've seen the Beetlejuice Tarot. The Tower card is the bridge, and I'm obsessed.
Oh, I haven't seen it. Sometimes I get card decks that are super, super themed, like that one that was Star Trek Next Generation Worst Ever, way over themed. I don't have the Beetlejuice one, and I haven't seen it, but I will look for that card because you said so. The Tower in the Beetlejuice deck. Honey, write that down, and I'll check it out. I might end up getting that deck.
She said she'll send you pictures.
Okay, cool. Cool. Thanks, Emily.
Okay, we have back-to-back specialty reads.
Ooh, okay.
So, are you ready?
No, I need more water. Just 1 second. I've got another water down here, but I need more water.
Okay, we have Krista, then we have Tara Lynn. Tara Lynn, it's going to probably be about 15 minutes until your read. Because the specialty reads are at least 15 minutes.
Well, typically. I mean,
typically, yes.
Okay,
but,
so what are we doing now?
Okay, we have Krista. Krista is going to get a crystal ball read.
Okay.
And do you have a specific question, Krista?
Specialty reads often don't, but...
Yeah, but just in case.
All right.
Because Tara Lynn does have a question.
Oh. Krista, I'm getting to go to the hourglasses and not the crystal ball. It kind of is the same kind of thing, but that's where we're going. We're going to the white hourglass. That's where we need to go. So if you're good with that, that's where we're going.
She said, fine with me, and where she is led, I trust her.
Yeah. This will be interesting. It's been a while. It's been a while.
Tara Lynn, you're on deck.
Okay.
At least 15 minutes.
Okay. I thought I had... Maybe just use this sheer because it's been up there long enough that it's gotten dusty and I want it clear. Babe, will you throw me that red cloth from over there? See the red cloth? I want to just dust this down so I can read it clearly. Yeah, this house that we live in is so damn dusty. And do I look like Martha Stewart and have dusty answers for everything? No. So not me. All right. Now let's flip this. Really? It's asking for shakes? Really? We're going backwards, backwards, backwards. I can't go forwards. It's going backwards. Hang on. Oh, we're in the thick of it.
Is it filling?
Yeah. You just be. We need to go backwards one more. Oh my gosh. Covering your tracks. Okay, we're in it. We're in it, honey. We're in it. Covering your tracks is something. There's tracks in the snow. There's footprints in the snow. It's covering your tracks. You don't want to be found out. You're covering your tracks. You're staying in what looks like... they're not stables, but they're like liveries. I guess they're kind of like barn elements in the winter. There's 5 of them. 5 different places you go staying. You come through... We're going through into the past. This feels like a past life, and it's showing a version of you. Staying... you have a lesson of the orphan coming through. Staying in these... slightly better than shacks, kind of barns, kind of stables, run down places. And they feel like outbuildings. None of them feel like actually a house. You're displaced. Let's go to the top here. Let's find out more. Fell through the cracks, fell through the cracks. Wow. What's coming through is like a whole family, a whole family gets wiped out. You're the one survivor of the whole family, but because of where it was, because of where you lived, you're the survivor, but it feels like you're young, like maybe 10, 11 years old. You're male. They try and gather around and support you. You have good instincts from your father. But it feels like you got thrown down the rabbit hole. You fell through the cracks. Now let's go down below again. You're trying to build something up, and learn something. You stay in the barns. Yeah. You take what you can, how you can. It's not just so much like a traveler or a Romani or a person that the term used to be gypsy. I don't know, that might be a traveler type of person, but you're isolated. It's like your family was traveler people, but now you're isolated, and so you have some of these things, some of these lessons that you've got, some of the learnings. There is one place that you stay that's particularly different than the others. More like a warehouse, not a theater, but big as a theater, more like a warehouse. Yeah, definitely like street urchin orphan energy coming off of this. All right, I want, wow, sorry, 1 second. I want to go to the cards, but it's not letting me go yet. Yes, I'm getting Copperfield the Magician, not the story, but maybe there's some overlap there, but that's what I'm getting. A little bit of the Copperfield energy, and very much understanding the gift of the sleight of hand, also understanding how to manifest, splashing through. We're at 18 now. Yeah, you had numerous years figuring out how to survive the streets, kind of on your own, and kept to yourself. You didn't get strong connections for very long. There were other, I would say, players or people that were street urchin. I don't know a better term than that, but they weren't particularly close. There's a woman coming in. You're about 18. It's the warehouse. What are you doing there? Okay, I keep wanting to go in the cards, and then it just won't let me go in the cards. She's got the head for numbers. She's got the money. Papa's got the money. She's got the mathing. Why is it doing that? This is showing you very clearly. You are swept away by her. She has swept you off your feet, stopped you in your tracks. You know that you have to do something different to get her attention. It feels like you have to up your station, up your level. You can't just be a street person. You have to up your game. You have to learn something, do something different. If you want to win her over, you have to do something different. What do you learn? You try wooing her. You try music, you try song, you try poetry, you try lots of things. It's the heart of the poet that you've got, but you have a shabby skill set and no aristocratic blood. You have a shabby skill set. There is something about transforming something. Yes, you have learned the basics of some transforming, like a magician would know about. I don't know how, flash paper, fire powder, fire paper. You learn, it's like rudimentary, very, very basic chemistry, but for the time it was quite modern. Yeah, you know some things about chemistry that you've picked up along the way. You wouldn't call it that, but that's what we call it. Yeah. There's something about fire. There's something about fire, coal, and the way that conflagration. This is something really good. It's something they hadn't thought to do, and it's splash after splash after splash coming through. You figure out something about the warehouse that creates more warm situation. What is this you're figuring out? Give me a second. This is something about it feels like something about steam and the way that you can use. You figured out fire, you figured out coal, you figured out something about steam. I'm getting something almost like you would figure out how steam can power a device. It's not like a train, But the same kind of thing that powers a train with steam and coal and fire, you're figuring out. It's something, industrial revolution type of energy that you are figuring out. It wins her over. It wins her attention because your cleverness is shown. Huh. What else is going on? Okay, I can go to the cards now. Hang on. Dreamer's way. Dreamer's path. Dreamer's way. Dreaming way. Or show me. Okay. Yeah. Getting the wedding. Dad's still not in love with it, but daughter is in love with it. A rare thing. She defies. Take this away for a minute. She defies what the family expectation is. You have shown her your cleverness. You have shown her that you can rise above the station. Her father is not in love with you, the young man that has been the street urchin. Nevertheless, the daughter stands heavy, stands strong. Says, okay, you've known each other before. You've crossed paths before. You've crossed paths before as partners before. It's why the daughter stands so strong, and who cares what the dad said? Okay. Okay. All right. I want to see the other side of the story now. Daughter's highly educated right here. This is you. This is depicted as a girl, but it's actually you, the young boy. In your teen years, stuck with a lot of self-doubt and trying to figure it out in a shit situation, not knowing how to get out of it. And this is her. This is down the track. This is you again, the magician. Again, referencing, yes, the Copperfield. Interesting. You've crossed paths, and you've been, in this one, you come through as the masculine, and she comes through as the feminine, but you've swapped that here and there before. It doesn't faze you. It doesn't faze you one way or the other. You're not strongly attached to what modern society would define as the masculine or as the feminine, but you are strongly attached to each other. Again, dancing through it. Very, very interesting. Okay, let me set this one aside. Oh, wait a minute. I've got to finish these cards. The truth of the ambition that gets stacked up is right here. And here's her. Let me see these two for a moment. You're slightly older than she is, slightly wiser than she is. I think this is referencing the kids you have. Okay, give me just a second. This one needs loosened and then tightened again. And I want this. Yeah, it's been a while since we've done this kind of crystal ball reading. Oh, we're on. We're going. Okay, for her. What's coming through that for her, it is costly. And this time it's costly for her to choose to defy the father, but it doesn't cost her completely. Mother understands this. So the mother-in-law is on your side. The father-in-law is not. The mother-in-law is on your side and won over as soon as the firstborn comes through. The father doesn't come and figure it out till he's older. There's cough. He's sick. Father-in-law doesn't come through or get on board until the four children. Fourth child here. Fourth child figures, he sees himself in the fourth child. Fourth child's a boy. Previous three are girls. He's like got this cough that persists, that won't go away. He understands some of the error of his ways. The daughter realizes the father's time is running short. It's like there's something going on. It feels, I don't know that it's asthma. It feels bronchial pneumonia, something like this, something very... They didn't know how to treat it then. His time is shorter. Before the fourth child is 2, the father dies. before the second birthday. The father on this looks after that one. Back to her. Back to her. You guys are quite the opposite pair. This one is splashing too. Now, very interesting. They don't usually do this. When I've read these before, they don't usually splash so much. She understands the splash factor. There's something about the process of the coal and steam that won her over. And when we go back to talking about that, it's because of how you understood the nature of water and gases and the state of things and how to power something differently. There's something as opposite as your natures, as you've been represented here in the black and white sands. There's something equally opposite, and there's a balance in each other, like the yin yang symbol would be. Yes, yes. She understands that. You could see that in each other. Her station was limited by gender in that time frame where yours was not. You got an advantage just by gender in that time frame quite a bit. She understood this. 4 kids. This was a hard thing. The inheritance that she lost, or what she gave up, you still had roof over your head. You still had a parcel, not a package, a parcel, a piece of land. Still had a piece of land, still had access to water, more than most would have had back then, particularly a traveler. For you to give up the traveling to ground, to root, to sink roots, necessary for your soul's growth, but quite the sacrifice, which was understood. It was just as big for you to give up the traveler's path as for her to give up inheritance. Mother-in-law was won over way much with firstborn. Understood. Mother-in-law understood the human dynamic way better. What else? Mother-in-law was very influential. I don't know if affluent is right, but influential is right. Yeah. She sees the struggle, the struggle of the wife with the 4 kids is really hard, and she does go help, but it is quite a lot of chaos going on. Quite a bit of chaos, I already mentioned. Yeah, she knows. Restoration. When she passes, then the restoration comes, that whatever was lost, that was the inheritance lost, is restored when the mother-in-law passes it back to you, to daughter, to both, to the kids. She understands. Third child like you, third girl. Very, very like you. You sometimes have a challenge opening up and being vulnerable because of the orphan state that you occupied so much of. But the third child is like you. Thinks differently. Combines differently. Different way of seeing, different way of thinking. Drives the wife a little bit batshit. Your partner goes a little bonkers because your partner is more structured, more linear. And this third one is a little bit goofy, a little bit nutty. Yeah. The splashes that come for you, the epiphanies, the revelations that come for you, excuse me, came through a little bit quicker for you. For her, more time and space before she gets that going. The third one, like you, more intuitive, more instinctive, more survival, more streetwise than number book wise. Anything else? Best way for me to articulate the yin and yang balance that was there, and that was there in previous time and previous times, is understanding the gift that the other has, even though it's not identical to your own. Understanding and accepting the difference is what creates the strength in the bond that is forged with you and this partner. Don't know what it's about. You will share kids, you will raise kids, and you've done it time after time. Not always the same, not always the same, but very much, often. Yeah, that's what's come through. That's clear. Yeah, that's complete.
Wow, Edge.
Yeah, look at the sword. That's it. Boom. Complete. Yeah. That was wild. Yeah, it's been a while since we've done that. Yeah, And the Dreaming Way is a very good one. A very, very good tarot. Very fun for past lives. Very fun for interesting energy. I need water. But yeah.
Krista put wow.
Yeah, wild, wild. And sometimes, like, I know people have different beliefs on, you know, genders and blah, 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 but it's more fluid than we think. We've all been the good guy. We've all been the bad guy. We've all been the opposite of what we think. So, yeah, very interesting. Will you put those to the side for now? Wow. Yeah, those. I'm not going to do another hourglass today. It's a lot. That's different. It's a... Yeah, I need water.
She said, that was so cool. It's all about energy.
Yeah. Yeah, really, really wild, wild. And interesting what comes through on there. Interesting what comes through. Yeah, the way you transmute is quite the gift that you have in this life, as was in that, as was in previous. Your ability to transmute energy. It is all about energy for you. It is like, again, it was going to the... like I would think of it like 10th grade science. Ice, water becomes ice, water becomes steam, water becomes a gas. I mean, you had this understanding of how energy can move through differently. Salt also, you have an energy understanding of salt. For purification, for healing, for protection, for seasoning, for flavoring, when it's in excess and when it's not needed. Yeah. Yeah. Don't know what that's about, but yeah, definitely.
Okay, Angie.
Yeah. All right. Put these over here. We're good. Okay. I think I'm going to get a cough drop and then I'll be ready. Yeah. Yeah, it's been a while since I've done one of those. And those are like the crystal ball, but I have to be careful with those because...
He said, I know the salt thing.
Okay. Care to elaborate? I would love to know the salt thing too. If you don't want to, that's okay. I mean, I know I get nosy, but if you don't want to, that's okay. If you know what the salt thing is, great. But holy moly. All right. All right. What's next, honey? Cough drop paper. It's all right. It's my basket. I know what that is.
The floor?
No, the basket. There's a basket there.
It's not a trash basket.
No, it's my basket that I need to go through that has all the empty boxes from several of my decks. You're not in charge of this zone.
Still not a trash.
You need to flutter away there, Buster Birds. There you go.
Oh, my gosh. Okay, Christopher, it's a lot to explain, but you were on point.
Okay, all right, I'll take it. Thanks. All right, and what's next?
Okay, we have our last read.
Okay.
Our last read is Terlyn.
Okay.
And she does have a specific question, and she would like, or she's getting a Bones read.
Oh, okay. A Bones read and a specific question. Just 1 second. Okay. So, what is her specific question?
I am getting to that. It was
Okay.
on the scroll.
This is the Naked Heart Tarot has a reading mat that I love to use with the Bones read. And it's Jillian, somebody that does the Naked Heart Tarot. This is her reading cloth, and I just love it for Bones reads. I love it more for that than I love it for just about anything. So this is great. So that's what we're using. It might appear upside down to you, but I need to read it upside right. So, okay.
Right,
then we'll
she
put the
said,
bones in some cards.
just dealing with love, reconciliation, and future endeavors if possible.
Okay.
But I'm excited.
All right. Now this cards, I think they're called The Awakened or The Awakening, and it's by the person that did Shadowlands Tarot. Same person, Bordinsky or something. And this is The Awakening or something like that, Tarot. So we're going to use this with the bones. These are usually the cards that I do for bones. I think they'll be okay there. Okay. We're going to start here. I want to go in the circle. This is representative of you. This is a challenge in regards to love. We're going to fill up these positions here, and then we're going to throw the bones on them. I'm getting, this is the card here, this 19, it's the sun, and then 16, the epiphany, which is the tower. It is whatever you have been building, 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 it will rip you in two. As far as reconciliation, you cannot go back to an older version of yourself to appease someone else. That is the absolute thing. And I don't know if who you're with, and we'll see in the cards and in the bones, if who you're with can step up to the version of yourself that you need to be. You need to be the version of yourself that is not confined, not made small, not accommodating, not their version of you. Your version of you needs to be present. The seer is here. And this deck, this is number 5, 6, 5. This is the Hierophant. This is the seer. This is tradition, what you would want, what you'd hope to see, how you plug in spiritually in the traditional way, what you're conscious of, and what your subconscious is trying to bring you. All of this going on in the mind is creating sabotage of the self. You need to leave some of it behind. This is one when you see Sneaky Pete, the thief, somebody that steals your time, your priorities, somebody that's taking too much priority in your world, and it's not serving you. You need to gather what it is that's important to you in order to move forward. Hang on. Let me finish dealing these cards, and then we'll throw some bones and see what the bones have to say. Okay. This feels behind you. This feels in front of you. Oh, okay. All right, and put this to the side there. I'm going to get these bones. Got the perch here coming through. We'll see. We'll discuss the perch in a minute. Wow. Okay. We got the perch here. What's coming through here? If you see, this is kind of like an upside down T. For you, it will look like a L going here, but it's like an upside down T, the perch. It's like you thought things were set up in a certain way, supposed to go a certain way. They aren't. The direction needs to be revisited and changed so you feel like you have advantage again. In the past, you were seeing things only through a small, small lens. And you took the leap of faith. And I would not go back towards this reconciliation necessarily. Not unless this person can understand the version of you that you are now, and it's bigger than the lens they ever saw you through before. We're getting something about how you need to see the perspective. You both need to be, yes, both on not just the same page, but both on the perch. When you're up, like if you're in a tall building, you can see a wider thing. You can see, like if you're in the top of one of the hotels on the Strip in Vegas, you can see the lay of the land. If somebody else is on the basement floor and they are unwilling to come up to the top to see the lay of the land, you can't get on the same page. The perch is the problem. This person has a little bit of an unwillingness to grow, to whether it's to grow up, to expand, to allow growth, or allow a broader vision. Overly grounded and stuck in the past and a little bit dug in. We've got here 10 of Earth. This is tradition, tradition, tradition. 10 of Earth, dug in, dug in. Dug into the tradition in the past, dug into the tradition. You thought you'd take this traditional leap of faith in the past. You were a child, you were young. This is the initiate of fire. This is like the page of fire, page of wands, wanting to explore, wanting the excitement, going to where the party is, going out for the adventure. This is huge. This is what you needed to do, but you've grown beyond just the thrill-seeking and adventure. You want something real. You want something that's grounded in the right way, not dug in nutrition, but dug in to the commitment, the deeper level of commitment going through here. There is a little bit of expansion, angel wing, growth, transparency, moving on, moving forward that needs to happen. Something that was gifted to you at one point in the past. It was growth for both of you. However, it does feel you have outgrown this person in a certain way. And that's not an easy thing to see or to say, but that's what it feels like. It can be just a pacing issue. We're going to look as we go forward here. It can be just a pacing issue. Just because you're running faster than the other person or you're running in a different direction, doesn't mean that they can't catch up, but it doesn't mean that they will. So it's like you're kind of wanting to wait and see. Let's see what's going on over on this side. Is there enough allowance for who you're becoming as things are exploding and you're moving forward that it doesn't, like with the tower here, you've got the flames to the tower here, you've got the flames coming through here, the creative fire that needs to come through, the identity that is who you are and who you are in your heart coming through here. This is trying to come through and line up and line up. Can they make room for you to just be who the hell you are? If they can't, you need to move beyond. You have a limited window of time that you're willing to be patient because of the huge amount of love that there has been for this person from you. Your heart has a huge amount of that for them. However, the true to yourself has to be there. There is this window of time where there will be a better understanding, a little bit more harmony. I want to see what's coming forward here because you're still going to feel very trapped. We show us this. The cage bird sings because it's a bird, because birds are wired to sing. It doesn't mean it's right for the bird to be in the cage. The cage bird sings because it's wired to sing. The open heart and the loving heart and the naked heart is vulnerable because they are wired to be that compassionate. They are wired for growth and expansion and deeper understanding, deeper levels of compassion. You're wired that way. It doesn't mean you should be trapped in a thing or so attached to a thing. Now here, we have the Eight of Swords here. This one's the Artist of Air. This is Page of Swords, Knight of Swords energy coming through on that. Both of those things. One of you is ready to move forward. The other one is still in the harsh communication stages. The truth that needs to go forward, needs to come up, needs to rise. There's a boomerang lesson you're not quite finished with, but you will move beyond this. There will be what feels like a temporary reconciliation where there will be a deeper level of understanding. This card is calling it intimacy. For a moment, you are both on the same side of the perch. Look at that. That's amazing. However, I don't think it lasts for long. It lasts for the time that the lesson needs to last. It's a boomerang lesson. It's one more opportunity to grow into something bigger than who you both have been before. There is a meeting of the minds and something that comes from the union that is bigger than either of you. There's a lesson that comes from this that's really vital to you, but it is stripped down, bare bones, hearts revealed, acceptance that each other is perhaps in a different space and place, echoes of something there, understanding that if each of you have given all you can give or given as much as you want to give, and understanding that you may well indeed think differently from the other person. You may well be ready to do things and pursue things that are different than they want to, and that's okay. This is what's coming through. The divinity of what has happened with you two and the way that this has come through karmically isn't a bad thing. It feels like this reconciliation, this vulnerability, this ultimate intimacy that comes through here is what you wish would have been here the whole time and hasn't been. The real and raw. And it doesn't feel like it goes forward from here. It feels like this is where you both learn the higher lesson of higher self and that you don't travel forward together. Now, I may be wrong. Maybe this person steps up a little bit bigger and gets you a little bit more. I would love to be wrong on that, but the energy feels differently than that. The energy feels different. Different polar sides, hot, cold sides, different hot, cold sides. The divine in you needs a different set of curriculum than the divine in them, and that's not wrong. There's a reason for it to be there. It's for you guys to understand the truth of a situation, to have had this moment where everything was in sync, everything was in harmony, everything was exploring, and then things became different. Here you see all the music energy. Not always is music always harmonizing. Sometimes there's discord and sometimes there's like a key change that's really dramatic and weird. And that's what it feels like. It feels like you're about to undergo a key change. Or leveling it up. In any piece of music, it's not meant to repeat. The key has to change. You have already had this change transpire, move through. You can't keep yourself in the cage when you know you can slide through the bars. You can't keep yourself in a boomerang scenario and go repeating and repeating and sacrificing your own growth at your expense for somebody else to finally figure it out. Okay. There's growth beyond this for both of you. Yeah, it's work. What comes second nature is work. It's mastery and internship, and somebody is just intern and somebody is mastery. It's not as dramatic as what I call the thoroughbred and the glue factory horse, but it's not evenly yoked. You can meet in the middle for a time, for a period of time. You can be vulnerable and you can level up, but you can't carry this person. You're not meant to sacrifice yourself on the altar of somebody else. You're not meant to give up your happy for somebody else, somebody else, somebody else, somebody else. You're meant to let your soul grow and learn lessons along the way. You're both meant to be happy. You're not meant to be one person happy at the expense of the other. The boomerang lesson of truth is what you're getting. You're getting a repeat on the truth lesson coming through on this. Anything else? Yeah. What I'm getting is you'll know that you need to move on, and you'll know that that's release for both of you, and it feels like important. This is the move on cards. Usually it's the 10 of swords, and you see the guy laying down because there's been enough pain. But the new day comes for both of you. It feels like for a time there will be a short-term reconciliation. Then you move forward, and you both have the lesson. And this is the Page of Cups coming through. This is the stinky fish tea. You go to the water for the emotional lesson, you get something substantially more. Substantially that helps you both awaken and move forward. That's what's going on. Anything else about the boomerang? If you try and block this flow, block this path, block your growth, it's only going to boomerang back over and over and over. It will keep the boomerang bonus here, and it will only boomerang back. You're ultimately not here to change the essence of the other. They are not here to change the essence of you. But you think about things so differently that the time for your lessons is almost done. And there feels like there could be a short-term reconciliation, but it's not a long-term benefit for both of you to stay in this. Anything else? Yeah, you know. There's a little bit of false night. The Voyager of Water is coming through. A little bit of false night coming through. This is the one that has high ideals, maybe the dreamer, maybe promises, but doesn't come through, doesn't keep their word, even though they might have what is good intentions, they aren't able to enact them. It feels a little bit mismatching. Six of Wands, there's victory in learning this. There's victory in learning and accepting them, allowing them to be who they are. Yes, it's painful to let go, and it's not something that you want to do just yet. Doesn't mean you have to do just yet. I'm just a tarot reader. I'm just reading the energy off of here. This will reaffirm some things. You'll know when it feels right that you've got this lesson. You've got it down the last glance. You know. And you'll have a respect and understanding and an appreciation for what role this relationship played in your life down the track from now. But right now, you're in the thick of it. It feels like a big old pile of bones and pains and love and grief and sorrow and creation and fire and ripping apart. But the tower, the beautiful disaster of the tower and being ripped in two, is recognizing that although you were together for a bit, you're two separate whole people in and of yourselves. Not so codependently not needing to be enmeshed, all right? This is not how it needs to be for you, for your own well-being to come through, for your own joy, for your own happiness, for your own heart's growth, your own soul's growth. You will part ways. That's what it feels like. And you can boomerang, you can try again and again and again, but you'll just repeat the same pattern. There will be a moment of clarity that comes for both of you to realize that you've grown beyond, and it's not something that feels like the victory to you in this now moment. It will feel like the victory down the track, and there will be a sweetness. In my mother's family, she and her sisters and the family, there's been divorces in the family, but there is a sweetness there that's so strange. It's like their ex-husbands, they will be having soft spots in their heart for, or helpful and very, very, not just civil, not just congenial, but have like, make sure they're okay, make sure they're looked after, make sure they're all right. Even though they've moved on and have a different partner in their life, they still wish them very much wellness, and they want for their wellness. And there is that kind of energy that can be present if you allow yourself to grow beyond this. That's what I've got. That's complete. Yeah. The reconciliation can happen for a short span of time is what it looks like. Will it be long-term? No. That's not what I'm getting through here. So that's what I've got for you. Yeah. Really, really. And it's a good thing. Like a lot of the bones that came up with the blackened ends, these are shadow lessons that you have. We all have shadow lessons in life. So we all have difficult love lessons, shadow lessons, and relationships that are lessons. And we forget that that's part of the curriculum here, but it is part of the curriculum. All right.
Woo.
Yeah, gorgeous. It's a beautiful, beautiful thing that transpires going forward. Doesn't make it easy. Beautiful, but not easy.
Wow.
So, yeah. And if I thought the universe would put me through the things that I had to go through to get my husband Phil that's sitting across from me now, I would have said, no, thank you. And no, I don't think I'm doing that. That seems a little hard. No, I don't think I want that. The universe will have something lined up for you better than you could ever imagine or plan. Trust that for sure. That I've experienced and seen over and over and over and over and over and over again. So that's the truth of it. That's what I got.
Right, she said, this was interesting. Thank you.
You are so, so welcome. Yeah.
Madam X, very cool cards. What are they called?
This is, I think it's the Awakened or the Awakening, and it's by, I think, Monica Bordinsky. She also did the Shadowlands Tarot. Really, really, really beautiful. She did these ones, which are great. But that's what I've got. Yeah, that's what I got on this. So, yeah, these are gorgeous, gorgeous cards from her. But, yeah, same artist, author, whatever you call it. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But that's a bones reading. And yeah, it's like a pile up. Like this one is like a pile up that you survive. So understand that. It's not going to be as dramatic as a pile up, and I'm talking an auto car pile up where multiple cars are in a car accident on like icy roads or something like that. It feels like a pile up there, but it's not as dramatic as that. But that's the best analogy I can give for it. Karmically, that's what's gone on.
Krista said that was wonderful.
Oh, thank you.
Madam X, a great reading.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, I hope it's helpful to you. And you know what? We all have lessons. So many of us have practice relationships that are lessons for our own growth. And it's not an easy thing when we're trying to figure out love and lessons of love and relationship. And then when we know something needs to finish out and we're not quite there yet. Oh, so tricky. So, so tricky. All right.
Okay,
That's it for today. And I will see you guys on Monday at 11 and probably Wednesday at 11. That's usually how I'm doing it. So that's the plan for now. So we will see you then.
Monday, Wednesday, Angie, and then
and
Friday.
Possibly Friday, Phil. We'll see.
Yes.
50-50, depending how the week has gone for him as well. So that's what we got.
Krista put much love.
Thank you,
Thanks everyone for stopping by.
Have a fabulous, fabulous weekend. Enjoy the hell out of it. Be happy. Exactly what's going on is exactly how it's supposed to go. It's just tricky. So have a happy day. Find some joy somewhere.
Private reads, Madam X.
Private reads, yes. If you want to send 3 questions, I charge $66 and do usually within a 2-day turnaround and send you a recorded reading for that. If you want a Zoom session, it's $99 for an hour. You can ask as many questions as you want. We just go through a crap ton of decks.
Yeah, if you've never been with Angie's
haven't seen,
these are Angie's
get into everything.
Card collection.
I love, 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 love tarot and oracle reading. I love reading the cards, reading the bones, reading the crystal ball. I love reading. I love the divination. I love it, love it, love it. So, yeah.
Yeah, definitely. And if you'd like information on a private read, just email Angie there, afeistybutterfly@gmail.
Yeah.
And she will get back to you as soon as she can.
Okay.
All right. Thanks, Kim. Thanks so much.
Thank you, everyone.
Take care, everyone. See you next time.
Bye-bye.